Hello. Alright, today I have decided to do something a little bit different that I haven't done on the Gelli plate before. I took a piece of copy paper and I drew two profile images with foreheads touching and to create a template with it. So I'm just going to lay this on the gel print and make sure. And I'm sorry if it's noisy today outside. My husband is off work today and he just got his weed whacker fixed by one of the neighborhood kids. So he's out there cutting down some weeds that are starting to get pretty big. So, alright, that's on there. Let me grab my paints. Alright, let's shift that just forward a little bit more. There we go. Alright, John is done cutting the grass, so the noise should calm down now. I had to pause it for a moment there. Alright, so I chose a few colors that I'm possibly going to use. I don't know. See what I need as I go. So I'm going to do the background first. I'm thinking where I want to start. I'm not really sure. I think I'll lay purple down first. Alright, now the rooster wants to be wicked noisy. That's nice. Alright, I need my papers. Come on. Cleaned up yesterday after I got done. Now everything is getting pulled back out again. Alright, so I think I'll just do a bit of purple right here first. I think I want it just a little bit lighter than that. I'm not sure how light I want it. So let's see. Looks nice. I don't want it right here. And you'll see. Just checking. Okay, good. Nice. That's how it's going to be today. Press that down. I found a bit of the packing tape today, and I thought, ooh, that'll be fun. Alright. And I think we'll go. I think I'll just keep going lighter with it all the way around. That'll be fun. The only thing I have to be careful of is right here. I've got a sharp line on that. I should probably cut that off, but I didn't. A little bit more of that mauve, I think. Don't want it that light just yet. Go over that. Yeah, okay, it does. Not sure that's going to blend exactly, but I kind of want it rough from the roller. Okay. I think I'll add a bit of ultramarine blue. I think that's what that is. Yep. with the blue. Let it get a bit darker down here. Let's see how those combine. Like that. Add a bit of that up there. I might combine that with the blue. I'll put that up a bit, so I won't do that. Let's try to add a bit more pattern into the middle again, where it was. I found a mason jar ring and pressed some circles into that. Kind of wanted a bit of shape to this. Shape, texture, just thought it would be fun. Play around. Yeah, we'll add the ultramarine blue behind that completely. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Oh, nice. Put that back there. Bit more. Got a bit of white in it here that kind of spread around on the edge from the paint right there. Oops. This isn't going to be the final coat or anything, so not too worried. Just want to add texture and layers right now. I think I kind of want to add some of this somewhere around, maybe just on the edges. Add a darker tone, or a different shade of blue right there. There are too many paints. That's the problem with blue choices. Gray. Let's see how that works. Right, just because I want it around the edges on the bottom, so that wouldn't be too bad if it was a bit darker there. We'll add it with the blue. Ooh, that's nice. Oh yeah, of course it is. Payne's Gray. That up. About the same over here. Very light texture. A bit. Oh, that would be cool. Right there, that diagonal shape coming out of the foreheads. Gross. peeled off of the stencil. Paper towel. Oh yeah. Very cool. Alright. That's right out of their foreheads. That's cool. Alright, pop that one back over there. I'm going to take the inside of this lid, press some circles into that. It's making a popping noise. That's so funny. Okay. What else can I do? I think what I will do now is let this part dry, and then I will put a very light purple behind the whole thing. Do my lights. Let's see how that mixes up. I might go a little bit lighter than that still. Still want it to have a hint of the lilac-y purple in there, but I want it to be really pale. Alright, so I'm going to brush that on. I'm leaving this edge sort of blank. Oh, no, I'm not. I just pulled it up with my fingers. Just because the paper didn't continue all the way down. I should have covered it, but I didn't. Alright. Pull some of it back up. That's the paint that came off of the stencil still stuck to it as well. Oh boy. My mom would say, well, you should have cleaned it. Yeah, I probably should have. But I don't. Alright, pulling that up. Hoping I'll be able to use that again if I want to, but otherwise it's just copy paper, and you can stick that in your journal or whatever. Finish painting on that or do some doodles. Alright. I think I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes. I'm going to pause the video, let that dry completely, and then I'm going to take the reverse pieces of the stencils and try to line them up as best I can to protect that, because I don't want the texture going through the portion that I've already done. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, that is good and dry. Trying to figure out which way are these. I think it's that way. I'm just going to place that on the top like that. I'm going to press it down because I don't want it to peel it up. That's the other way around. Maybe. Nope. I don't know. Did it move? Or was that fits that? That fits that, but I feel like maybe the paint went under it a little bit. I don't know. So I'm trying to get it to where there might be like a line of overlap. Maybe it's because the jelly plate is squishy. When you press down on it a bit with the roller, it shifts it a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. It'll still come out okay. So I'm going to shift it so it will have kind of a line all the way around it, but I want it to be kind of even. Alright, we'll go with it. We'll see what happens. Make adjustments next time if that. I'm going to give it a little bit of a line on the top too, because that part must not have moved at all. Strange. But if that's going to have a line, I want it to be reflected at the top too. As above, so below. Alright. Hopefully that will stay in place. Hopefully this will stay in place without pulling that up at the end. All I want it to do is mask it a little bit. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, I'm going to get a new palette board. I do not want these mixing. So, first I need to decide. I had a mandala shaped stencil, and I'm thinking, oops, sorry, I'm knocking the camera around. The stand is standing in the stencils. So in here, I now have a mandala, which is what I was using on the chickens. Let's put that down there because there's a breeze coming in the window. So we will see if I can find that so I can use that. I just shoved them all in the bag yesterday to clean up the desk, so it could be anywhere in this pile now. There it is. Alright, I'm going to put that dot right over where the two foreheads meet. Perfect. I'm excited about this, guys. Alright, so I have orange red, brilliant red, olive green, and yellow green. I think I'm going to try the orange red and the yellow green. If you didn't know, orange is my favorite color, so I will probably, ooh, I didn't want that much. Use it a lot in everything. It's just my favorite color. Nice and bright. I think I'm gonna add a bit of white to that. Get that to go a little bit paler, a little bit lighter. While I love a good bright red for this piece, I don't think that will work so well. Actually, that looks quite nice against that, so that is good. You see that? So I think it'll be alright like that. Not going in those diamond bits very well. I'm trying not to press too hard because I don't want the paper to stick. So, get it into these diamond bits a little bit better. That might be a bit too small for the foam roller. I do have a stencil brush somewhere. I don't know where the heck I put it. I thought it was right there. Maybe I put it back in my watercolor paints. Let's have a peek in here. Yes. Has some white paint on it. Two. It's just a little bit. That might be just enough to get it pushed into. Oh gosh. Alright, I have to get the vacuum out after that. Dry white paint just flaking right off of it. Alright, let's see if I can. There we go. Add it into there. Alright. So I'll have to remember that for some of these stencils. I'll have to clean this as well. It's got dried paint all over it. I'm not going to worry about it for this piece because I'm just really playing to see how things work out. But I want to do this properly. Yeah, just blow off. Alright, let's see. Maybe we'll add a nice texture. Who knows? Might be a happy mistake. Alright, so now what I think I'll do is I'll let that dry, and then I'll put the green behind it, and then pull that up, and then do a coat over the entire thing. I quite like it already, just like that. So let's get that off of there. So it's just dropping stuff everywhere. See a few bits that are kind of large. I'm trying to just kind of pick up. If I get a few fingernail lines in that, that's alright. And then I'm wondering if I should add any sort of, might do the bubble wrap down here in the green, and then we'll see. Might. If I can get this paint out, the top is dried over. Need some new paints. I've used all the colors I like, I think. Okay, that's not coming out, so I'm going to take the olive green. Let's see what happens if I add some white to that, to see what color that makes. If I don't like it, I don't have to use it. Ooh, it's not very bright though. Let's see. But the tones go pretty well together. I think I'll go with it. Yep, that's all good. Down. Now I'll press this way. That was my hair. Ooh. My hair gets everywhere. Alright. That's good. I'm going to pull those up now. That did well protecting that, so I'm happy about that. Very pleased. I'll have to clean this after properly again, like I did yesterday. I'm going to put, oh yeah, I was going to do the bubble wrap. See if that will texture just this portion beyond the mandala. But it is. Very good. think I'm going to add that all the way over, just slightly. I just want the impression of it across. Ooh, that pulls it out very nicely, I've got to say. Very cool. I do want that to be blocked out. So let's see if I can find another green. Let's see what this is. No, that's transparent. That's not going to work. I figured that out yesterday. This is an emerald green. I think that'll be nice, but I think I'm going to add white to that. I've got to see what it looks like next to this as a background color. I'm not sure that's going to work. It might if it's, ooh, minty. Actually, I think I like it really, really pale, so I'm going to add a bit more white. Need to clean that off too. It's getting blobby. Blobby, blobby. Yeah, let's make that a really pale. And this is just to cover the head area. I probably shouldn't have pulled the mess up. I might lay those back down really fast before I roll this, because I don't want that color all across the back. So let's boop, just like that. These ones are easy to lay down. I had a lot of problems yesterday actually with the one that I made out of the Duralar, just because it would kind of buckle. So I quite like that. Looks very minty fresh. Very good. I'm liking this sheet right here. All right. So far, I think that's going to come out good. Okay, now what I want to do, I think, can you see that? Sure. Let me put it sideways. Oh, don't get on the table. I'm loving it so far. So, let's go up there. Now I've got my fingerprint in it. Oh my gosh, there's go. There we go. No one will see it. Oh no, but no one else will see it. Alright, so I'll let that dry. I was thinking I was going to put black on the back because I wanted it to have that dark background. But now I'm thinking I should do white because this is still somewhat transparent and I'd rather have white coming through than it darkening that. I could also put a layer of white on and then do black, but what's the difference? I mean, I'm sure there is a difference, but... Or would it be better to mix more of that and put that across the entire background? And have some of this color transferring through there. That might be nice. Let me pick that up again. No, I'm afraid that would get muddy. The color tones wouldn't go. So I think I'll just do white in the background and then we'll do the pull. I'm probably going to let that sit for a few minutes. So I'll pause the camera again once I get to that and come back and do the pull and show you. Alright, put that over. A creamy, like a tan color would have been good, but I don't think I have a color like that. This isn't going to be the pull layer, I'm just doing one so it's all across so it doesn't pull these up. I don't know why I think that's a good idea, but I do. feel like it makes it all level for some reason. It probably does nothing, but in my brain it does. Yes, no, all that white that I just laid down, where you can see it more white right there, has filled in those gaps. So that is coming through, because that green would have come through, and I think it would have made it kind of muddy. Yeah, so that was good. And then I'll just do white all across the background. That was a big blob. Ah! I think with as many layers as I've just put on this is going to need quite a little bit of time to stick to the paper well. Ah! Get more of it on my roller than I am anywhere else. I swear I make more of a mess than I do. But that's the creative chaos. Any more paint on the bottom. I thought the dog was going to be enough, but I was wrong. Alright. So all these things that I've used today have been fairly low cost. The paper doesn't cost me anything really. A couple of pennies for the sheet of paper. So we don't need necessarily to have expensive tools to play around on that. But this is what I like. This also helps me come back to being creative after I haven't been able to do anything in a while, which I haven't been able to do in a while. All of my supplies were packed up, so this was a good way to come back to the table and just mess around and see what I could do. And it's been good because I have limited supplies back out. It's forced me to be restricted into using this to see what I can do, so that's cool. Alright, here goes. Oh, I laid that down closer on the right than on the left, closer than I did on the right, so it's going to be very well centered. That's okay. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video for a while. I'm going to let that sit for a minute, refill my drink, might make a cup of tea, and come back and pull this up. I'll see you in a minute. Right, I'm back. I left a book on it for a minute just because I had to step away. I didn't want to leave it too long because it's just copy paper that I have on here. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull it. I don't want that. It looks like I'm going to have some splotchy, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. We learn from each time we do a pull, so each time we come. Oh, my paper is tearing right there. Alright, come this side this time. The green came up well. It's good. Really is kind of the face. Now it's tearing there. I'll come from this side. I have to get some rice paper. I don't have any. It's just tearing. So. Altogether, not too bad. The purple paper tore right there, so that's a little bit disappointing. Put this down and I'll bring the camera around so you can see where it did work and where it didn't. But overall, the composition looks quite nice. So there we go. I quite like that. So you can see my paper tore right there. But overall, I think it looks quite nice. Let me stand up. I can get that whole thing in the... I'll come back and do that again. I have to figure out why that did that. Maybe I left it sitting too long. I had one of our neighbors pulled up, so I had to go get my husband to go talk to him while I finished up. But yeah, I think I came out quite well. You see all the details from the bubble wrap, the stencil back here. Obviously you can see the mandala. Thought I did the stencil down there, but I guess I didn't. But I did do it down here at the bottom. So probably give that another go. Maybe with some different colors next time. Again, the supplies weren't costing me too much, so that was just copy paper, palette paper, the brayer, the stencil brush that I need to go clean, the gel plate, and the paint that I already had, and then the stencil that I cut out of paper, copy paper, which worked really well. So the copy paper in itself, using it as a stencil, that works really well. So you just draw the design on it, and then, oh yeah, and the stencil that is over there. So there we go. There we have it. All right. And if you want to see more like this, just like and subscribe to the page, please. And I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye.